Okay, let's try that again. C major. The first thing you want to do is figure out what notes are where. In other words, put numbers on the notes. So C is 1, D is 2, 3 is E, F 4, G 5, A 6, B 7, right? That will be very helpful as we go along, because when we figure out our chords, first of all, they come from the scale. It's the chord scale relationship. I know you've heard this before, but I'm saying it again. The chords come out of the scale. So our one chord, also we're dealing with tertial harmony, which means harmony in thirds, which means 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You end up skipping notes, ultimately, is what happens. It's a fancy way of saying you skip notes. So, our one chord, we start on the first note in the scale, which is C. Then we skip notes, we skip that one, and we skip this one, and we end up with a C major. That's how I know it's a major. Also, I know, because of our little chart, that the one chord is major. Second note in the scale is D. So if I take D and I skip notes, we end up with D minor. So first of all, I know that D is the second note in the scale. Also, the second chord in the scale is minor. Also, D, F, and A fit in C major. So these are all that's like the three concepts that we've been talking about. This is like your checklist that you can go down in your brain. Because of course this is very easy in C major because it's all white notes. But when you get all those pesky black notes intermingling, then everything gets weird and complicated. So we go, third note is E, skip, skip, and you end up with E minor. Because E, G, and B fit in the scale, and also we know that the 3 chord is minor, okay, etc. That's what I want you to be doing, so that when you get to these other scales like A flat, you have the one chord. The first note in the scale is A flat, second note is B flat, third note is C, fourth is D flat, fifth is E flat, sixth is F, 7 is G, right? So I know, even if I didn't know anything else, I could say, well, I know the one chord is major. So the one chord is A flat, major. Second note of the scale is B flat. So the second chord is B flat minor. Also fits in the scale. Third note is C, and I know that the 3 chord is minor, and it also fits in the scale. Lo and behold. The fourth note is D flat, and our 4 chord is major. So D flat major also fits in the scale. Fifth note is E flat, skipping notes, and we know that the 5 chord is major, fits in the scale, E flat major. Continue to the 6th chord, or the 6th note. 6th chord is minor, we're also skipping notes in the scale, end up with F minor. And the 7th note is G, skipping notes. We know that the 7th chord is diminished. Okay? And the difficult thing, again, is learning the landscape of these scales. So I would suggest just doing a couple, don't do all of them all the time. Just pick one a day and really get into it. Because, your C major, again, very easy, looks like that. B major, completely different. And again, inside the piano, the hammers look the same. It doesn't matter black or white. The big gaps or the small gaps, it doesn't make any difference on the inside. So this is B flat, this is A flat, this is G flat, right? But they all are going to be the same conceptually.